Looking back on that fight with Terence Crawford, what do you think went right and what went wrong?
A lot of things. My body doesn't respond the way I really want because I want to be like a more faster and this and that and then I don't recuperate my weight like I need it.
My goodness, Canelo Alvarez. Are you kidding me? I just finished watching the REENO Canelo Alvarez interview that dropped today on REEN magazine at 10 p.m. Pacific time. And I had to see what Canelo Alvarez was going to see, of course, coming off his loss with Terence Crawford and losing his undisputed world titles. But I didn't think he was going to come out and drop the ball instead of taking his loss to Terence Crawford like a champion, like a true man, with no excuses. Drops the ball and says he wasn't able to recuperate his weight the way he wanted to going into that fight. That his legs were cramping up. That the speed wasn't there because of the weight issue, says Canelo Alvarez. Yo, I can't believe Canelo Alvarez says everything that he says in this interview. That was not a good interview. All the things that we knew about Canelo Alvarez heading back after his loss, losing his undisputed titles to Terence Crawford, that he spoke about today with REENO, we already knew about. We already knew that this man is looking to fight a world champion in his return fight in September. He doesn't want to fight against nobody that doesn't have a non-title. REENO did not follow up with any questions on, oh, okay, would you, if you look at the 168-pound division, you see Christian Mabili just got elevated to WBC full world champion. Is that who you want to fight? Or Armando Resendiz, WBA 168-pound world champion. Is that who you want to fight? Didn't have any follow-up questions when it came to names, which, in my opinion, I was like, come on, dude. I mean, we already know all this stuff about Canelo Alvarez wanting to come back and fight for a world title. The question is, who is it going to be against? The WBO already is setting up that fight. You know, they're in negotiations. Diego Pacheco, the fight they mandated, versus Hamza Shiraz, right? The IBF mandated Oslis Iglesias to fight against Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez turned that down. But says in this interview he wants to fight somebody who is action-packed. Somebody that he knows is going to come forward. And I'll be honest with you, Armando Resendiz, Christian Mabili both do that. But I made my own prediction about a week ago when you had Turkey at the award ceremony show dropping pictures with everybody. I noticed he dropped a picture of Canelo Alvarez and Christian Mabili on his Instagram. But no other fighters singly like that. Only group pictures, but the only single pictures in the video that I seen was with Christian Mabili, Canelo Alvarez shaking hands. And I said, that's weird. That's the only video or picture he's posting on his, you know, his Instagram, his social media. We know the WBC just elevated Christian Mabili. We know the relationship the WBC has had with Canelo Alvarez. We know it, right? It wouldn't be surprising to me if, because, you know, negotiations got stalled out between Hamza Shiraz and Christian Mabili, who was mandated to fight for the WBC bout. It wouldn't be surprising for me to see that, yes, as soon as they got stalled out and they found out that he was setting up his fight with Diego Pacheco, they automatically elevated Christian Mabili to full WBC champ. Instead of, he was already interim champion, and they were having him fight against Hamza Shiraz in a mandated fight for the vacant bout. So I could have seen, okay, well, they could have set him up with another fight. Instead, no, Hamza Shiraz is off the list. So, okay, no. Instead, he won't fight nobody for the vacant bout. We're just going to elevate him. I could see this very, very, very possibly being set up so Canelo Alvarez, who has a good relationship with the WBC, comes back and faces Christian Mabili in September. That's my prediction. Those are the reasons for it. But this interview, altogether, in my opinion, wasn't that great. And Canelo Alvarez says something that stood out to me that I wanted to touch up on. Says, in order for Terence Bud Crawford to get full recognition, full credit for beating me, taking my undisputed world titles, he has to give me a rematch. Listen to this.
This fight happen again, no? And it's gonna be different. I think for him to deserve all the credit, he need to give me the rematch, obviously.
Look it. Terence Bud Crawford does not have to come out of retirement and come beat you again when he already did it in order to deserve full credit. No, he doesn't. He beat you already. All the credit has been earned for Terence Bud Crawford going in there, moving up 2 weight divisions to your weight class. Weight class where you avoided mandatory fighters, avoiding guys like David Benavidez, David Morale, who at the time were some of the best fighters in this weight class, but still has the title as undisputed. You want to come out and make those claims that Terence Bud Crawford has to come out of retirement to deserve credit that he beat you? Bro, during this interview, I don't even know why Canelo Alvarez is talking about Bud Crawford anymore. Forget about it. He is retired. Is it because your dignity, the history of boxing, when people talk about you, you don't like the way it looks? You feel like, oh, the next time that I fight Terence Bud Crawford, it's definitely going to be different. Even though you said in the beginning of this interview that your body's just not there no more. That your muscles just don't keep up no more. You were getting cramps. Yes, you're only 35 years old, but I think a lot of people tend to forget that this dude has been professionally boxing since he was, what, 15 years old? Straight up, has over 70 fights in boxing? You think that's a regular 35-year-old with somebody who just has 30 fights in boxing? No. The body has begun to slow down. I don't see that fight going any different. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. I don't like how he keeps on calling out, Terence Bud Crawford. Forget about him, dude. Forget about him. You're not getting the rematch. Live with it. Move on. And give us some names. Who you want to call out. Other fighters. A lot of dudes want to fight you. But of course, you're in that position to pick whoever you want. So, at the end of the day, man, we're going to see how everything ends up turning out, who his opponent is. I think it's going to be Christian Mabili. If it's Armando Resendiz, it's because he's choosing to go the easier route. I don't know, man. But altogether, I didn't think this interview was that good. And that's just not me hating. I was waiting for 10 p.m. Pacific time for this interview to drop so that I could make some good content off of it. But we got nothing but baloney. Nothing but baloney. So now I'm stuck here making content on how bad this interview was. My goodness, man. This is the MMA Boxing Addict channel reporting to you. No breaking news. Just more of Terence Bud Crawford. I need the rematch. And now, I'm taking it even further with claiming that, this guy doesn't deserve full credit. Let me know what you guys think, bro.